It's time now for Spears on Sports with John Spears, presented by M&M Carnage. And now, here's Johnny.
And Tony.
And Scooter. I hope you had a great weekend. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Carnage. John Spears, Tony Burke, Scooter Dingus. Once again, all three of us made it through the weekend alive.
And nobody had a better one than me, I guarantee it.
Breaking news, Scooter. The Vikings and Indiana both just scored again. This just in. It is Monday, September 22nd. Scoots, I would not leave the house this coming week. It can't get any better.
It can't.
Now, you should have went to the casino.
It can only go down,
night.
man.
I should have went to the casino. I did go to the track yesterday, and that did not go my way. That was the only thing this weekend that didn't go my way.
Thoughts and prayers to Brian Hernandez, who had a spill out at the track yesterday.
What race was that?
I don't know. Multiple injuries.
7 fractured ribs, a lacerated liver.
He was in the ICU yesterday. He's going to be okay, I think. But
that's what his wife said.
But just keep him in your thoughts. Brian Hernandez, the Derby winner, by the way.
Mystic Dan.
The M&M Carnage Hotline, it's Monday, September 22nd. I might have said that already. M&M Carnage Hotline's open, 502-384-1450. To join in on the conversation, 384-1450. Game Day Men's Health text line open as well, 502-414-1450. Game Day Men's Health, redefining men's wellness. No shortcuts, just results. Testosterone, peptides, weight loss, sexual performance therapy. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com, defining a new era in men's health. And hit me up on the text line, 502-414-1450. A lot to get to today. I know you're shocked by that. We saw maybe the worst beat in NFL history yesterday, gambling-wise. We've also got Louisville gambling news that Eric Crawford pointed out to me, not just yesterday at the game, but in an article he wrote this morning, so you might want to check that out on WDRB.com. Six-pack went 2-4.
Told you.
I'm 15 and told you. What's that?
I think I said 2-4 on Friday.
15 and 15 now. Back to 500 after a great start. All right, we'll turn it around. We'll try to turn it around. Bad beat by Oregon. 34 they win by. I'm giving 34.5. Those hooks will get you every time. Tony and Big Al the Fish. Whew.
Bad week. I told you early we're not good.
1-4, Scoots.
Told you to stay away from the Steelers. You'd have been 2-3.
1-4.
The Steelers played awesome.
The Rams
win against Steve Grogan and the Patriots.
The Rams were the bad beat for Tony and Big Al and anybody else in the nation who bet on the Los Angeles Rams because they should have covered. A blocked field goal at the end, and if Philadelphia falls on it, you still cover. But Jalen Carter, who weighs just north of 350 pounds, picks it up and runs it back for a touchdown with triple zeros on the clock. He has lost a lot of weight in the offseason.
Yeah, they were talking about that.
And he was flying. I think he got up to 18 miles an hour at one point.
He had a convoy with him, too. I know you told me that before the show. Nobody looked like they were,
Nobody was trying to catch him. Who wants to tackle Jalen Carter? With triple zero on the clock and you've lost anyway. Who wants to tackle that guy? So that's a bad beat for Tony and Big Al the Fish. But 1-4.
Lost Denver by a half.
Are you going to promise to do better next week? Because I'm promising to do better.
We're going to win this year.
I'm actually going to do.
We're going 5-0 a couple times.
I'm doing some studying this week, Scooter.
Whoa!
Yeah,
you don't do that.
I know.
What the heck?
Serious? I might have to leave the show if he's that serious.
So it was a crazy field goal day in the NFL yesterday. It was nuts. Big game tonight.
About the Buccaneers game, you all were.
Yeah,
y'all were giving the uniforms heck, and that's why they're going to lose.
Burn those uniforms.
Scooter and I
like the uniforms.
Scooter and I are going to disagree because I love those uniforms.
I do too.
Burn them to the ground.
Here's the difference, Scooter. You don't remember 1976.
Yeah, you weren't
when
around.
Those were the uniforms and the orange also.
Well, they're horrible.
The orange jerseys too.
The orange are better.
They're glorious.
They should never be worn again.
Almost all retro jerseys are great.
Dreamsicle, baby.
When the Steelers wear the crap they wear,
the Bumblebees,
yes,
that's horrible.
And the Packers wear the ones they wear. Those are horrible. But if these teams go back to the 70s and 80s and wear those uniforms, they're to our era, not you. To our era, they're the greatest.
Weren't the Patriots uniforms sweet?
Oh, They had the old center on
Patriot with the snapping the
ball.
I do like that one.
Oh, they're great.
I love those.
So we'll talk about that. We've got good, bad, and ugly coming up. Tony will take college. I will take pro. The Reds now control their own destiny. If the season ended today, the Reds are in the playoffs.
Who'd have thunk?
I didn't see any Twitter things from Ed that he's on the bandwagon again.
I talked to him at the U of L game about it, and I told him.
You tell me we've been giving him what?
Yes, and he said he did that on purpose just so we would give him what.
Come on.
And I said, you are not allowed on the bandwagon.
Nope.
And neither is Scooter, by the way.
Shut the door.
Ed hasn't said anything about it on his Twitter.
Well, that's because he's embarrassed for getting off the bandwagon four separate.
Since we've called him out on it.
If you get off once, I let you back on.
I've only got off once, in all fairness.
But if you get off multiple times, you can't get back on.
Get off and then get back on and get off and get back on.
Other people are allowed to get on before you, and there's no more room in.
And
I'm sorry.
I call that a fair weather fan. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. I'm a fan when we win, and I'm not a fan when we lose.
You got to stick it out both ways.
The Reds are tied with the Mets now. However, the good news, if they end in a tie, the Reds own the tiebreaker because they won the season series against New York this year.
I think they own it over the Diamondbacks and Giants, too.
Today is relaxed day. Nobody plays. Giants play, but nobody really important plays. So take a breath, Reds fans, and get ready for 6 games. Tuesday, Tony, you mentioned this on the text last night. Skeens against Hunter Green on Tuesday.
Wow.
Hunter coming off that one hitter against the Cubs, and we know what Paul Skeens can do. So
his 2.03 10-10 record.
Boy, I'd like to go to that game.
Do we alt-line the under in that game? Do like
how low do you want to put it? Yeah, how low do you want?
So I think 3.5 seems safe.
It's probably going to be 6.5 or 7. Now the fact that it's in Cincinnati might change things a little because it's a home run ballpark, but. He threw a one-hitter in Cincinnati against the Cubs. By the way, the Cubs are in trouble. They're going to make the playoffs, but they can't.
There's nothing to play for.
They can't hit, though, Scooter. It's been a couple months now. They can't hit. I don't want to get into that.
The other great pitching match Tuesday, John.
Who's that?
Is Ohtani against Brandon Pfaadt.
Okay.
And that's a big game for the Diamondbacks. And
Diamondbacks are right
Ohtani.
there, too, by the way. Tony's in a bad spot here. Because we wanted the Reds to get to 80 wins to collect our money, which we got, but he doesn't necessarily want them to beat the Diamondbacks out of a playoff.
So look at an 0-6 week this week, Tony.
Well,
he's looking for the Reds to go 0-6. Yeah,
and none of them can catch the Padres, so there's only one spot.
There's only one spot.
Unfortunately for you, the Reds play 3 with the Pirates and then 3 with the Brewers, who have nothing to play for.
It is 12 minutes into the show. Actually, I go on. What time do we go on, Scoots?
10:04.
All right, 8 minutes into the show, and I buried the lead here because I'm trying to tell you what we're going to talk about, but what I have to talk about is Indiana football.
Man, oh, man.
Oh,
never thought I'd say it.
I never thought I'd say it. This team is really good.
All right, we're done with Indiana. Will you move on, John?
Now, speaking of the Reds, look. Here's what people don't understand. Their defense is elite.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to talk about Fernando Francisco Federico Mendoza, and I get
his
it.
Brother.
And his brother. Well, if his brother gets in, that's usually a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, when 2 Mendoza
Heisman candidate.
Did you bet him, Scoot?
Surratt. You bet him.
I bet him at 55-1.
You bet him at a value.
In the preseason.
Man.
What is he now, Tony?
I don't know. He dropped it out. He's second.
He's the second choice behind John Mateer.
I think it was 10-1.
Wow.
And everybody wants to talk about the running game, 300-plus yards a game. And everybody wants to talk about Surratt. That defense is unbelievable. Illinois and their star quarterback, who's really good, could do nothing.
They looked like a middle school team.
9 touchdowns for Indiana, including a punt block. Mendoza throws for 5. This game was over midway second quarter. Illinois supposed to be good. Now, here's the scary part, Scooter. Trap game coming up.
No.
Yes.
No.
No, it doesn't matter if you say no. It doesn't matter.
I'm not saying they're going to lose.
It doesn't matter if Indiana wins by 40 points again.
Indiana will win by 30.
It doesn't matter. It's still a trap game because you just won against a ranked opponent at home in a national televised NBC game, by the way, finally televised.
Don't get me started.
I didn't see it.
Well, it had to
until,
start
like,
on Peacock because Notre Dame.
No, it didn't start on Peacock.
No, it did. I was watching it on Peacock.
I had Peacock on my right TV and then the NBC broadcast on the left. I guess it did come on a couple seconds before.
It started on Peacock. They kept saying your thing will start momentarily.
Yeah, coverage beginning.
And they didn't bring it on until like a minute before kickoff.
Yeah.
But it's a national television game, and now you go as a ranked team. Are they up to 11th, I think, in the AP poll? A ranked team on the road against an unranked opponent in Iowa, who's is a good football team. Indiana's better, but it's a trap game.
I'll bet you money that Iowa's in the six-pack Friday.
Did you all see the spread?
Okay, how much you want to bet? Because I'll automatically leave them out. That's easy.
Did you all see the spread?
I did. Scooter, you want to guess? You want to play guess the spread on this game?
I mean, honestly, probably 9.5.
Mine is 7.5.
Okay. It'll get up to 9.5. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I got 7.5, over under 48.5. And I thought to myself, is the over under just for Indiana?
I was
48.5.
Hadn't Iowa scored points?
Scored some points this year.
Did I tell you all what I did this weekend with the over under?
You bumped it up to 70.
I got on my app and I bumped it up to 52.5. It was 50.5.
Okay.
I bumped it up to 52.5. I was like, let me get a little cute with this thing. Who knew at the end of that game I could have bet Indiana minus 52.5 and still won? That's the crazy thing.
63-10, by the way, if you are just waking up from a 3-day hangover from Louder Than Life this weekend. 63-10 was the final score. It was 35-10 at halftime. Mendoza's numbers, 21 of 23, 267 and 5 touchdowns. Kobe Martin, 12 carries, 107 and 2 touchdowns.
He's the backup, by the way.
I know. And Elijah Surratt had 9 catches, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. Again, they did this a week before. Now, it was against Indiana State, so I don't really count it. But 579 total yards of offense, 161 for Illinois, 5 for 5 in the red zone efficiency. I mean, every number you look – well, when it's 63-10, every number you look at is going to be great. How high can this team go? I'm going to ask a non-Indiana fan first. Tony, how far can they go? They don't – you mentioned this to me. They don't play Ohio State. They don't play Michigan. Yeah. They do play Oregon and Penn State.
Right. If you split with Oregon and Penn State and run the
one
table,
loss,
you can go one loss. I think
playoff second straight year.
Oh heck yeah! I mean, you hope to beat both of them, but if you split with those two and beat the teams you're supposed to, you're high in the rankings.
I was planning to watch this game, the entirety of this game, and then it got out of hand, and I found myself still watching because it was so fun to watch. Now, Kurt Cignetti.
Yeah, the over too.
Kurt Cignetti is – I did have the over. Kurt Cignetti is Bob Knight right now. He can't do any wrong in Indiana. He can't do any wrong. There's a lot of guys that come this way, and then it goes the other way eventually. Now, they might win 12 games this year, go to the playoff, maybe win it all, maybe go to the semis. Let's say they go to the semis this year. Maybe go to the final. Who knows?
That would be wild.
Eventually, it all comes down. Ask Dabo Swinney. Ask Dabo. And when you get to the top of that mountain.
Can we go ahead and do my good, bad, and the ugly?
Where you can go. Oh, you cannot have a press conference and yell at the media and rail at the media and the fans and tell the administration, I'll coach somewhere else. And then
you don't like it.
And then go lose a home game to Syracuse. Or maybe you can, because that's exactly what he did.
1-3, right?
1-3. And I don't know, but I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. And that is 0-2 in conference as well. Keep that in mind.
Shouldn't we be talking about if they even make a bowl at this point?
Yeah.
But nobody cares. Nobody cares. If you're not going to be in the playoff, nobody cares. Let's be honest.
It's kind of
does Kentucky fan hope they somehow go 6-6 and make a bowl? Sure they do. Do they really care?
No, because
they want to
know you have no chance of the playoffs.
All they want to do is beat Louisville.
You want to
Kentucky
have a
fan
couple
just
big
wants to beat
wins
Louisville.
and maybe a winning record.
Up next, as I mentioned, at Iowa, Saturday, 3:30 on the Peacock. Yeah, not making that up. Number 11 team in the country. You got to subscribe to Peacock if you want to watch them on Saturday.
Peacock's pretty cheap.
It is. IU 7.5, as I mentioned. Kentucky was off this week. They're at South Carolina.
They didn't lose.
Saturday, 7, they didn't lose.
They beat by.
Saturday, 7:45 on the SEC Network. Do you want to play Guess the Spread on this one, or do you know, Tony?
I don't know.
Tony, go ahead. Guess the spread. South Carolina's coming off their second straight loss, by the way.
South Carolina,
10.5. Scooter?
Oh, it's not that high. Probably 6.5.
6.5. Ding, 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 ding. Over under 47.5. All right, we'll talk about Louisville on the other side. Crazy field goal day in the NFL.
And defensive day.
And some good college games this week.
Great college games. And we're going to celebrate the Reds while we can. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Carnage. Big Apple. Welcome back. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Cartage. John Spears, Tony Burke, Scooter Dingus. M&M Cartage hotline open 384-1450. If you'd like to join in on the conversation. Game Day Men's Health text line open as well, 502-414-1450. Who's more popular right now, Kurt Signetti or Jackson Dart in New York?
Jackson Dart.
I told John off the air, I said, boy, was Russell Wilson that bad or were the Giants that bad?
And they would bring Dart in for a play or two, which gave the crowd the opportunity to cheer when he came in and then boo when Russell Wilson came back in. That's not what you want at home. Chiefs did get their first win, though.
Scatterboo looked good, didn't he?
Man, he looked crazy.
He's fun to watch.
Man, he blocked that. I didn't see it, but I heard him say he destroyed somebody on a block.
He has one gear, man. He doesn't do anything slow.
And that name just makes him better.
Scatterboo. And that's good when they boo because the Giant management can say, oh, they're saying Scatterboo. They're not booing Russ. They're saying Scatterboo. All right, Louisville 40, Bowling Green State University 17.
Falcons.
It was 30-3 after the third quarter, and then Bowling Green covered, Scooter.
Mm-hmm.
John's not happy about that.
What was the spread? Was it 26.5?
25.5.
Okay.
20.
I saw 25, 26.5.
40-17 was the final. Miller Moss, 23 of 32, 316.
That's good.
Keywan Brown had it 12 carries for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And John's not happy because he was at the game, and
I
he
had
did
the
not
over.
know
No, and nobody knew.
that certain people weren't really going to
Isaac
play.
Brown didn't play.
What?
He played one play. He ran for 18 yards. Duke Watson didn't play.
What?
Chris Bell, the leading wide receiver, didn't play. And nobody knew this because Jeff Brom, wisely, didn't tell anybody.
He just sat them all to keep them healthy, or what?
Well, they're banged up. They're all banged up, all three. 2 didn't play. One guy played one play.
Weren't they coming off a bye week?
They were.
You think if it was close, he'd have put him back? He'd have put him in.
At that point, no. But we'll never know because it wasn't close.
Right.
It was 30-3 after the third quarter. 438 total yards to 326. And if you read Eric Crawford this morning, and I did, saw Eric at the game yesterday, and I thought, well, first thing I thought was, did I miss a press announcement, a press release, that these guys weren't playing or that they were unlikely to play? I did not. Now, the ACC has a rule. Next week, this will not be an issue when they go to Pitt next week because now some of these conferences, including the Southeastern Conference, including the ACC, I don't know if the Big Ten does or not, Scoos, you have to, on Thursday, tell everybody who's out, who's probable, and who's questionable and all that, just like the NFL does. Have to do that now. So we'll know next week if Isaac Brown or Chris Bell or Duke Watson are eligible to play against Pitt. But this is the world we live in now. You used to have to acknowledge any of this stuff. You could have brought a fifth-string quarterback out there. Nobody knew why. Now, because of gambling, because of the sports better, and it's so prolific.
John Spears.
It's so prolific, and not just me. You have to do this now. You have to release this now. He doesn't have to obviously release it in a non-conference game. So a lot of fans were upset. I'm telling you, a lot of fans that bet Louisville before the game and then found out these guys weren't playing were not happy. Now, they were happy when it was 40-3, but they were not happy that the reserves gave up 2 touchdowns to Bowling Green and they lost their bet.
Yeah, but like I told you, when the games get lopsided, those big spreads, they're dangerous.
Kind of like Oregon yesterday.
You substitute. You're not going to leave your starters in.
Nope.
And
that's what Oregon did.
I am looking at Louisville's schedule right now.
Yeah.
Oh, my
at
goodness.
Pitt, Virginia at home.
Go to Miami.
Pitt lost to West Virginia, but I'm not sure. This is a trap game for Louisville.
Yeah,
it's not a true trap game, but it's a difficult game.
They're at Miami on that Friday night.
Yep.
I mean, listen to this schedule.
Clemson's a Friday night game at the stadium, and all of a sudden you're not even worried about that game, which is impossible to believe.
You're at Pitt. Virginia comes in. You go to Miami. BC at home. You go to Virginia Tech, who hasn't been
terrible.
Very good. Cal comes here. They haven't been real good.
That's a long road trip.
Clemson. I mean, just what you said, and then SMU and Kentucky. Louisville beats Miami. I mean, we don't know how good Louisville is right now.
No, we don't.
Because they played no one.
We don't.
But that schedule is set up. If they are good, it's kind of like Indiana. They're in a good spot if they can win one or two of the big games.
But they're also in a spot, Tony, where they better be Pitt.
No, yeah.
Because if you lose to Pitt and then you lose to Miami, you're 1-2 in the conference, and all of a sudden nobody's catching Miami.
Guess the spread on that one.
Which one?
Pitt.
I already know.
Scoot. Louisville at Pitt.
Louisville 2.5.
Man, he's doing good. It's 3.5. I got.
Almost said 3.
I got 3, but yeah, it's right there. Over under 55.5. Colin Lacey, by the way, 8 catches at 97 yards, and he had a 75-yard punt return for a touchdown as well. So a big day for Colin Lacey. The Cards win it easily, so we're done with that.
They got some speed though on that team.
By the way, Saturday's fun if you're a local fan. Louisville at Pitt at noon on ESPN2. Indiana, Iowa at 3:30 on the Peacock, and Kentucky, South Carolina, 7:45.
Yeah, if you want to watch the local.
It's a full day. Watch all 3. I haven't even looked to see what Western or Notre Dame or any of those, or my favorite local team, Purdue, is doing. That was, by the way, one of my 2 wins, Notre Dame over Purdue. 24.5. Woo! Whew. Got out of there with a win. They had to hold Purdue out of the end zone there at the end. 56-30 was the final.
It was a little too sweaty.
It was a little palm. Yeah, my palms were sweating a little bit.
Hey.
Oregon and Nebraska were my college losers. Tampa Bay was one of my losers in the NFL. Oh, God.
Hey,
that was not that was a bad beat.
I just want to tell y'all right now, bet against Kent State.
They're awful.
They might be the worst team in the country.
What Florida State beat them by?
Oh, I'm looking at
66 to 10.
And it was 45.5 was the spread. Not even close. 45.5.
Who'd they beat? They're 1-3.
They beat. I'll pull it out. That's
Incarnate Word. That's a guess.
Let's see real quick.
The other top 25 matchups. Texas Tech beat the heck out of Utah in Utah.
Beat Merrimack.
Oh yeah, that's a good win. 34 to 10. Texas Tech, impressive win at Utah. They are 4-0 now. The Michigan-Nebraska game, 30-27 was the final. Nebraska, I think, scored late to cut it to 3, but Michigan
Another team
just
let me down.
They just keep doing. Nebraska, here's what you got to do. You got to get over that hump. Yeah. If you want to be a Big Ten member, a legitimate Big Ten member, you got to quit being current Nebraska. Yeah. And Matt Rule's got to get that team to get some big wins, because this was an opportunity, home game against a Michigan team without their head coach that is not, a freshman quarterback who's really good, but Nebraska with Raiola at quarterback, they thought this was the game. This is it, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah. What about TCU? TCU looks pretty good. I mean, I know they killed North Carolina, but SMU.
They beat SMU's tail.
SMU.
Oklahoma beats Auburn 24-17. Did you see the controversy? They ran a hidden guy play.
They're not allowed to do it.
But you're not allowed to do. He's running off the field and stops right at the sideline. They run the play. Nobody goes with him. Second quarter, early in the game.
Outside the hash mark?
He did go out. He went almost all the way to the bench.
Oh, wow.
And the referees blew it, missed it. The SEC has acknowledged that the referee should have called an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Instead, it's a touchdown, and they win 24-17 over Auburn. That's my ugly in college football. The referees in the SEC and the Auburn Oklahoma State game. All right, let's do it. Good, bad, and ugly. I feel like
scared.
Clint Eastwood's going to come through that door, punk.
Make my day.
All right, good, bad, and the ugly. Sponsored by same people that sponsor the Six Pack. Tony will take the college side. What's good? What was their good?
Which one you want first?
I want your good in college this week. We always start with the good.
Never thought this would be my good. Your Hoosiers.
Whoa!
Scoot.
Can we change it to great, bad, and the ugly? That was great.
Phenomenal.
You know who he sounds like? Kurt Signetti. You might want to stop.
How about Kurt Signetti before we get into that?
Got a game at Iowa this week.
How about him at halftime when they interview him, leading 35-10? What do you want to see out of your offense?
More points.
More points.
That's what he said. And I will say this. He wasn't lying. That's what he wanted, and that's what he got. Tony, how good was Indiana?
awful good.
I would have had Vandy as my pick, by the way.
You know what it reminded me of, Scoot? When you go to the casino and the progressive, the numbers just keep going.
Yeah.
I think it keeps scoring. They just kept putting numbers up.
Vandy put up 70 this week.
Georgia State.
I know who it was. It's still Vandy.
I know.
It's hard to see this and see Vandy 4-0 putting up 70.
This ain't your grandpa Pop's Vandy.
All right, my good is, I guess we're kissing each other's tail end here at the show today, because my good's Carson Wentz and the Minnesota Vikings. It was Wentz against Browning. We wondered who was going to win that matchup. Well, it wasn't close. Now, the Vikings got a couple of defensive touchdowns as well. The Bengals defense, I don't know who's worse, the Bengals defense or the Dallas Cowboys defense. I don't know who's worse. But I'm going to give Minnesota the good this week because they had an opportunity.
Could have gave it to Rodgers.
You know, you got a backup quarterback in there. Aaron Jones is on IL. This could have been one of those weeks where you go, oh, man, we just
have Jordan Addison.
They put up 48 points.
Well, the defensive back, Rodgers, I thought you were going to give it to him.
Set a record. Well, he's part of this. Yeah.
I mean, the interception. I mean,
interception return for touchdown and fumble return for a touchdown.
Was a phenomenal play.
And
then he knocked one out.
First player to ever do it in the first half of a game.
And he caused the fumble after that.
Well, the Bengals couldn't hold on to he could have nailed the ball to their hand. They weren't going to hold on.
Can I just I really, it's bothered me the other day. It's when Tracy Wolfson at halftime went to Zach Taylor to interview him. Why do you go interview the coach that's getting beat bad?
Better TV.
They interview both coaches, though.
But
they interview one going in,
but they
and
didn't
one coming out.
But they should have skipped it.
They don't.
We did that, John. But we've done that in games when we used to do sideline.
I know,
recording.
but we're high school, Tony. They're contractually obligated.
I know, but it's so stupid because what's he going to say? Oh, we're going to come back and win this game, but we're going to go in there and make it. No, he said we can't worry about the score. He's just saying what you're going to say, and
I just said, "Hey, Tracy, we're 2-1."
I just think they have to have these networks have to have more common sense.
I couldn't disagree with you more, Tony, because
you have to talk to
in that situation, you're getting the raw emotion of what it feels like to get your ass kicked.
But I will say this, Scooter. Normally, they go if it's a tie game, they pick one. But if normally the team that's winning, you get that coach going into the locker room.
Yeah.
You let the other coach go in and cool off, and then when he comes out, they interview him, not live on the air. But then they go, Tracy, you talked to so-and-so, what did he have to say?
But
so they don't put them actually on camera most of the time.
All you're going to do is get a generic answer. You're getting nothing
But you're getting that from everybody.
I know,
coach.
But there's nothing.
Unless it's significant.
When you're losing like that, you can say.
Unless it's Kurt saying, we want more points. All right, my bad, or Tony, you're bad in college football.
Tracy Wolfson. No.
That's pro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But okay.
My bad. Your boy Belichick. At Central Florida, they lose 34-9.
After calling them Central all week.
All week. He wouldn't call them Central Florida or UCF.
Beat the dog snot out of
He
it.
just called them Central. What are you doing?
He brought that on himself.
He's brought all of this on himself. All of it.
You know,
what did they lose by?
34-9 at Central Florida.
That's why you don't play your non-Power 5 team on the road.
Well, but the other side of that is you got a 70-year-old guy who was a great coach, but once again, I'm a better coach when I have better players. Could they go out and recruit quick enough? And actually, once again, kids don't care about Bill Belichick.
They do not. I always say Deion, and you keep telling me kids don't care that it's Deion Sanders.
And their parents might, but they're not. The parents aren't playing for him.
Bill Belichick's quickly becoming a laughingstock.
Yeah.
Quickly. All right, my bad in the NFL was the way that game ended by the Los Angeles Rams. It's the Rams in general. They had a 26-7 lead.
Fourth quarter.
26-7 against a Philadelphia team that doesn't want to throw the football, had to, and the Rams let them do it effectively. And then, of course, the blocked field goal at the end returned for the touchdown. Rams had multiple chances to put this game away and win it, and they couldn't. So that's my bad of the week. My Super Bowl team out of the NFC, and I still believe in them. They're 2-1, the LA Rams.
But how many block kicks? You don't ever see block kicks in the pro.
Cleveland, Green Bay, Rams, Philly, Jets, Tampa Bay, on and on and on. Romo, the guy that they brought in, Atlanta brought in for Woo. That should have been my bad. Well, maybe my ugly, Atlanta. You put up a 0 against Carolina? Really?
I'm glad I gave that one out.
I haven't went back and looked, but there was a defensive touchdown or a special teams touchdown in 7 of the 14 games yesterday.
Which is unheard of.
That's crazy.
Not in pro football.
All right, ugly Tony?
My boy Dabo, and I told you earlier we could have done this. My good, bad, and ugly. 34-21 at home against Syracuse.
The Cuse. The better team won.
Yes.
If you watch this game, and I was watching at the U of L game, they had that ACC network. They had that game on the screen. And I kept looking up going, what is going on here? Syracuse was a better team. Yeah, 1-3, Clemson. My ugly, I'm glad it wasn't on TV locally yesterday. 49ers, Cardinals, 16-15. Both teams were undefeated. That was just some ugly football. Mac Jones leading the way for the 49ers with Brock Purdy hurt. Kyler Murray, look, Arizona, move on. I know you're 2-1. Move on. Kyler Murray is never going to be.
Are they on Thursday Night Football this week? Is it the Cardinals and Seahawks?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. In Arizona. Yeah. No, that's not bad. See, they're both 2-1.
Better than having Miami and New York.
You know, for as ugly as that game was, though, I agree with you, John. That was the worst game of the day by far. The fourth quarter, though, was awesome.
Nothing happened in that game.
I found a stream of the game, and I watched the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter was great. But the rest of the game.
So you're saying I'm wrong?
It was like watching a 1-0 baseball game, right?
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah. You're just going, what time is it? Boy, this is going quick.
Reds had 2 of those this weekend, by the way.
We'll take a break. Scooter likes to bag my Reds, and I was pulling for the Reds. Bag my Cubs, and I was pulling for the Reds this week.
Appreciate your support, John.
Take a break, come back. We got a few birthdays, not too many. We'll talk about that and keep recapping what happened in college football this weekend as well. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Cartage. Big A. Welcome back. Spears on Sports, presented by M&M Cartage. John Spears, Tony Burke, Scooter Dingus. Final segment on this Monday.
You say anything about the YouTube people?
Oh, hello to everybody watching on YouTube. We do appreciate it, as always. And those of you listening on the podcast as well, you can get the podcast downloaded.
All four of y'all on YouTube. And
wherever
That's
you
you doubled the count there, Tony.
get your podcast. We actually met a fan Friday night.
Nice.
After our game at the Dirty Bird, formerly Tim Tam. Went in like we always do after the home games, and I went up to order a bucket of ice cold Mick Ultras, and some guy said, "Just hey, are you John Spears?" Which I never get, by the way.
Same.
And I said, very trepidatiously, yeah. He goes, I recognize your voice. Listen to you every day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout
Very
out
nice.
that guy.
Shout out to that guy.
Does he have a name?
Yeah, he does, but I wasn't paying attention. More interested in getting my cold beer. But very nice. Came, sat with us for a little while, talked for a little while. Neighborhood guy over there, and good dude. And it's always nice to hear. Always nice to hear, isn't it, Tony?
Yep.
All right. The M&M Cartage hotline's closed.
Shut it down.
The Game Day Men's Health text line still open, 502-414-1450. Best chance to lose this week. Alabama, Indiana, Oregon.
Doesn't Alabama play Georgia?
Yes.
So Alabama.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay.
I don't even need to
Georgia,
know who else.
Georgia, Indiana, or
Oregon.
let's go Penn State since it's at
All right.
Penn State.
It's at Penn State.
Best chance to lose.
2 7:30 games against each
Great
other
games.
are Alabama, Georgia, and Penn State and Oregon.
I don't believe in Georgia, by the way, just for the record.
Yeah, I don't believe in Oregon.
You know, I'm starting to not believe in them since they can't cover.
Even if it is by half
Dante
point.
Moore, even if it is by half a point, damn it. Dante Moore's pretty good as their quarterback. In fact, he's mentioned in the Heisman race. But I'm not. They played Oregon State. Their first conference game was Northwestern. They really haven't played anybody. This is going to be a big test. What's the spread on that game, Tom?
Which one?
Penn State and Oregon.
Penn State.
What do you think it is?
Penn State's 1.5.
Penn
What do you
State,
think?
I haven't looked, so I will guess Penn State is 3.5.
You nailed it.
Really? 3.5?
Yeah,
3.5.
Oregon has not impressed me. And I watched. Look, I know it was Oregon State, but when I got money on it, I watched the whole game. I watched the whole game the other day. In fact, I left the Louisville game early because that was a 3:00 start on the Big Ten Network. Can you imagine Oregon and Oregon State on the Big Ten Network?
Yeah.
That's just it's hard to comprehend.
All right, I got one for you all since we're doing spreads. Ohio State at Washington.
Oh, ugly. 26.5.
I'd say Ohio State's 14.
9.5.
What?
Yeah,
We got to bet Washington.
Washington's pretty good.
Are they?
Yeah,
I mean, they're
well,
undefeated. I don't know how good they are.
They beat Washington State the other day. Again, a
Washington
bad
State's good.
team.
Yeah, bad team.
Y'all have any idea how many undefeated teams are left
In the NFL, 6.
in college?
15.
You want to have a guess, John?
22.
30.
Wow. Well, I guess it's still early in the season. Some stinky teams are undefeated.
NFL, Buffalo, Indianapolis, Chargers, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, San Francisco.
Indy's legit.
I don't know. We were
They're
talking
legit.
about
Yeah, we were looking
they beat
at
a bad
their-
Miami team at home. They beat Denver at home by 1, and they beat a bad, really bad, and I'm wearing the colors today, but a really bad
Who
Tennessee
did I say they
Titans.
play next week? We looked at
Chargers?
Rams.
Rams.
That'll be a good test.
In L.A.
That's
So
a
we'll
good
see.
test.
Yeah. I
The
think it's gonna be
winless
good.
teams, Jets, Giants. Way to go, New York. Miami, Houston. Houston is just mind-boggling.
Same.
Tennessee and New Orleans. Who's the worst team in the NFL? It's got to be New Orleans, right?
New Orleans. Yep.
They Tyler Shuck got a little run yesterday
Did he?
at the end of the game when Spencer Rattler was being Spencer Rattler.
They're gonna have to get those paper bags and put them on their head again.
People still have them.
The Aints.
People went put them. They put them in a closet pretty far away when Drew Brees, and now they got them back.
Got another game I want your all's opinion on real quick. LSU at Ole Miss at 3:30 on ABC.
LSU is 2.5.
What do you think, Scoot?
I'll go 3.5.
Ole Miss is 2.5.
What?
Vegas knows.
This interesting spread. That's why
I wanted
brought
to
it
do
up.
that, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. I wanted to make Ole Miss favor, and I go, I just can't do that.
Heading into the Grove.
You know what I thought? That sounds dumb. That's what I thought. That sounds dumb. Well, Vegas ain't dumb. All right, let's do birthdays. Scooter's finger was getting a cramp holding over that birthday music button.
I ain't going to be made to look like a fool anymore.
Tatiana Maslany.
Oh, she sounds like a winner.
Tatiana Maslany.
No way I could spell it.
You ever watch Orphan Black back in the day?
What?
Orphan Black. It was a series on I think it was on Netflix. Orphan Black.
Wow, that's really
About a
disappointing.
clone. She's 40 today.
Not what I was expecting.
No, she's not.
She's still a 3.
Bonnie Hunt is 64 today. Jumanji. Remember Bonnie Hunt and Jumanji?
Oh, yeah.
You saw Jumanji, right?
Of course,
She's been in a ton of things. But Bonnie Hunt's 64 today.
Bonnie Hunt still today.
She brings it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd give her a 3.
Tom Felton is 38. You know who that is, Scooter? I know Tony doesn't, so I won't
I don't
ask.
think so.
He played Draco Malfoy
Oh.
in all the Harry Potter.
You know, out of all those movies, I saw this stat this weekend. Out of all those movies, he was only on the screen for like 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
That can't be right.
Isn't that crazy?
That can't be right.
It's true.
That can't be right. I'm telling you.
I go with Scoot on that one.
He's 38. I'm going to have to go home and watch the whole series and time it now. Scott Baio. This is for Tony. 65 today. Chachi. Joni loves Chachi.
You know, it can ruin a
From,
career being on
Happy
a
Day.
show like that
Yeah.
because you're very popular and you do well, but it makes it hard to do anything else.
But he was in Arrested Development as well. He's
I know,
been in
but when
some
you're
things.
Chachi,
You're right. Child actor, kid actor, and then you try to be like, look at Macaulay Culkin.
yeah, I mean, it's hard.
Can I just say I'm glad dudes don't have haircuts like that anymore? Jeez.
Rocker Joan Jett. Oh, Joan Jett, the Blackhearts, is 67 today.
I love rock and roll.
Scooter, you got a black leather Joan Jett take here?
I'm going to go with a cool, crisp 1.5.
Oh, well.
I thought he'd go 2.5.
Did you go back in the day?
I went back in the day.
Okay. She's
She's
67.
never.
All right, here's another one for you. Tony Basil. Oh, Mickey, what a pity you don't understand. That one-hit wonder.
I'm glad they didn't video me down at the lake with the 230 packs.
How you spell Basil?
Basil. Toni. Tony Basil.
Glad that never
She's
made YouTube.
82, by the way.
If I go back in time, I'd give her a 3.5.
In the cheerleading outfit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he would.
But you know what? If she's not in the cheerleading outfit, I think he goes down a half a point.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. No home runs today, but 2 Astros have birthdays today. They don't play tonight.
Well, there's only 3 games today.
Carlos Correa is 31, and Jeremy Pena, the shortstop, is 28 today.
Who Correa went to third base for?
Yes. Vince Coleman is 64 today.
Is he still playing?
Former Louisville Redbird.
Could steal some bases, baby.
He's 64. I bet he can go first or third on a single.
I bet he can too.
Former St. Louis Cardinal. Tommy Lasorda, born on this date, he would have been 98 today, 1927.
Beat up the Fanatic.
Beat up the Philly Fanatic. You know, guy won World Series. What do we remember him for? Well, he was buddies with Frank Sinatra, and he beat up the Philly Fanatic. How about that? Lute Olson, born on this date, 1934. Kentucky fans still hate Lute Olson because he messed up the three-peat. He beat Kentucky in that 97 final with Arizona.
People are still mad at Pitino because he didn't play Derek Anderson.
And because Nazir Muhammad missed 9 free throws in a row.
That hurts.
That hurts. And then lost in overtime to that Arizona team. Lute Olson's birthday today. Maybe the best Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver of all time.
Harold Washington.
Harold Carmichael. I knew you had it right.
God.
Is 76
right.
today.
I was going to go with T.O.
He was great. And former Kentucky Wildcat Dakari Johnson. How old do you think Dakari Johnson is? Not how old he looks. How old do you think
30.
he is?
34.
30 is correct. Tony Burke,
Really?
ladies and gentlemen. You know, we've nailed some spreads and ages here today.
It's been a good
Collectively,
show.
it's
It's
been
a
good,
Monday, man. We're on our game.
it's been a good run. And those are your birthdays for today. All right, what do you want to talk, guys? I'm going to leave it up to you. Baseball, college football, pro football. Wow. Don't everybody answer at once.
Wait,
Let's say
do you all know that the preseason started for hockey?
Yes.
I do that.
Rangers beat the Devils yesterday.
I mean, basketball.
Tony.
NBA's getting ready to.
I'm ready.
Tony,
Sorry.
those weren't options.
Yeah, those weren't options.
Well, yeah.
I say baseball
I do
because
whatever the heck I want.
it's
Scoot.
maybe the last day we get to talk about the Reds being in the playoffs.
No, we can do it tomorrow because they don't play tonight.
That's true. Yeah.
The Reds sweep the Cubs 1-0 7-4, 6-3, and 1-0 again yesterday.
You want to tell the listeners what I did for you today?
When Ashcraft came in the game yesterday, I thought, oh no, 1-0 game, and they bring him in. But Abbott, Martinez, Ashcraft, I'm gonna call him Ashcraft because he earned it today, and Tony Santillan combined. And when Santillan walked the leadoff man in the ninth, I'm calling him Santillan because he walked the leadoff man in the ninth. When you do that, when he did that, I went, oh, no.
And he walked another one, too, and I was like, this ain't good.
But when you walk the leadoff guy in a 1-0 game and you're the closer, but he got it done. They sweep. Scooter, when I walked in my chair that I normally sit in, he had a broom in there with a sign that said, Go Reds. Well done. I was pulling for
Hey, guys, I didn't realize the Reds were off today. That matchup between Skeens and Green is
Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought
like
it
I
was.
Is that no, that's not an early game because they play Thursday as well. So I would assume that's a night game.
Now, on Sunday, does everybody play at the same time?
Yes, almost always. Now, they might have some earlier games for teams that aren't in the contention.
Yeah.
But normally I think every game's like at 4 o'clock, which is kind of weird because you get those shadows around home plate in a lot of places. It's kind of – but they don't care. They want drama. The baseball wants drama in this playoff race, and that gives you drama.
Well, that's how they do it over in Europe for their soccer. Every team plays at the same time on the last day.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it keeps it. Hey, and on this Skeens-Green matchup, the ERA them combined is about 2.3. The record for them both combined is 17-14.
That's crazy. The Braves swept the Tigers this weekend. You know who's playing some of the worst baseball in the last
Detroit
month?
Tigers.
The
They're
Tigers.
horrible.
Cleveland is going to catch them. They took 3 out of 4 from Minnesota this weekend. I don't know what the standings are exactly.
I got it right now in front of me.
Yeah,
So
tell me.
They're one game behind
Cleveland's 1 out.
in the division.
That blow. It was a 14-game lead. Now, Cleveland, I think, won
They're killing.
14 of 15.
Well, I know they has 9 out of the last 10.
I think 14 out of 15. It's incredible.
And they lost. So
14 out of 16 then because they lost yesterday. But the streak that they're on is unbelievable.
and Detroit in their last 10 games, 1-9. Last 10 games, Cleveland's 9-1. That'll catch you up in a hurry.
Miami knocked Texas out of the playoffs. They swept the Rangers this weekend.
They were
Sorry,
doing
Tom.
it with smoke and mirrors, and it caught up to them.
Isn't it so weird that the National League has 4 teams already clinched a spot, and the AL didn't get their first until yesterday?
And who was that?
The Blue Jays
The Blue Jays.
didn't clinch the division, but they clinched a playoff spot.
What about the Seattle Mariners and the big dumper?
that's where I was going.
The big dumper.
Hit his 58th yesterday.
He gets to 6.
They sweep Houston in Houston this weekend. And what lead do they have now? 3 games?
3-game lead.
Oh, what a big series to sweep for the Seattle Mariners. All of a sudden, Houston's like, oh, my gosh, now we're going to have to go on the road in a playoff scenario.
But you were saying the whole time, Seattle had a good team, even before they caught up. I mean,
when they added
lineup.
Suarez, that big top 5 in that lineup are as good as almost anybody, if not everybody. And they can pitch. Logan Gilbert,
oh yeah,
Castillo.
You don't know any of them.
Wu was his name.
Brian Wu.
Brian Wu.
Yeah, which Wu?
He's really good. So
And the Blue Jays
look out for the Mariners.
You know,
So we didn't get back to college football, but that's okay.
We got all week.
We got all week, right? More tomorrow. No Hoosier report today. Boo.
Boo.
Back at it tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Spears on Sports presented by M&M Cartage. Big A.